she'll give it to you now, sort of thing. And they've took that with them in life and enjoying it significantly more. So that's our way that I would encourage business owners to reframe these types of situations. This is irrelevant. It's the byproduct of what goes on here with people. That if you can make a change in people, you make a change in a board. You make a change in a board, you make a change in a bank balance. Simple as that. You make a change in patients, you make a change in the growth of the company, however you want to dress it up. But it has to start with the people. And the people have to be open to it. Hey, it's Paul Gough. So welcome to day one of the 5 clinics, 5 cities, 5 days East Coast book signing tour. We are here in Orlando Airport. We are about to fly to Charlotte. So why are we doing this? Why are we doing a 5 days trip? It's not just about signing books for the new To Sell Is Healthy book. It's ultimately to show business owners the importance of staff training. I'm a huge believer, a huge advocate of people and staff, and the idea that if you want to grow a business, you can only do so with people. All of your leverage is in people. It's always in the team. If you've got a crappy business, it's probably because you've got crappy people, crappy standards, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that in a way that sometimes staff are just not trained to be able to do the things that you need them to be able to do. So what we're going to do is go inside of the businesses and show them exactly what it takes to staff train. I'm going to take exactly the same methodology that you've watched in my Paul Gough Physio Rooms show. We're going to start with numbers. We're going to start where the business is. We're going to look at their arrival rate. We're going to look at their cancel rate. We're going to look at their no-show rate. We're going to look at all of the facts, if you like, in the business. We're going to look at exactly where those clinics are right now. And I'm quite simply going to talk to the staff of that business to explain to them why I think that's possibly happening and see if we can help them understand how to improve those numbers. The best thing that needs to happen is to make you feel certain about what you're going to get. I think, and I firmly believe as a business owner, that is my job, to recruit people and instill enough certainty in people so that that can be felt by my customers. If I focus on that as a business owner, I know full well your skills take care of themselves. Your PT skills, these things, whatever we do these days, they take care of themselves, because that's ultimately not why I arrive, and it's also not why I leave. Ultimately, everything comes down to communication. If we are not communicating with patients, they don't show up for sessions. If we're not communicating with them right, they don't arrive for their first visit. If we are not communicating with them right, they drop off, they don't have their sessions, they don't spend more money with you, and ultimately that reflects in your numbers. There is nothing more important that I can see in a business than having your staff being able to communicate with people in such a way that they want to spend more money with you. Communication is key. For a good relationship between a patient and a therapist to happen. All we need is one person in that relationship to have some clarity. And I believe that's what coaching does, that's what training does. And if we can get the front desk person, we can get the PT, we can get anybody who's interacting with your staff to have more clarity about the words that they are using, why they are using them, and ultimately how they are impacting the people that you are serving, then your results, the numbers, the metrics, the KPIs are going to look very differently. And ultimately you as a business owner is going to have a very different business in terms of the ease, the satisfaction that you get from running it, and most importantly, from the profitability that you get from it. It just is the best part of my day when Harry wants to talk, he asks questions. Sometimes Natalie's like, "Oh, will you shut up?" I'm just like, "No, keep coming, keep asking. Don't, never, ever knock that out of my kids, because I want them to, and I want to be the one that helps them understand it." And it's like, well, son, whatever. That's what I love about being a boss. it's a privilege. You get an opportunity to help somebody grow, and they either want to grow with you or they don't, and that's it. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. Great. I've had people who've been with me for 10 years, 11 years. I've watched them grow from unconfident and just, oh shit, you know, a little bit timid, shall I say, occasionally, to like, oh fucking hell, I wouldn't deal with her anymore, like, she'll give it to you now, sort of thing. And they've took that with them in life and enjoying it significantly more. So that's a way that I would encourage business owners to reframe these types of situations. This is irrelevant. It's the byproduct of what goes on here with people. That if you can make a change in people, you make a change in a board. You make a change in a board, you make a change in a bank balance. Simple as that. You make a change in patients, you make a change in the growth of the company, however you want to dress it up. But it has to start with the people. And the people have to be open to it. We're excited to kick it off. It's a showcase really of what it takes to really help your staff get the best for you and for them. I'm a huge fan again of doing this more for the confidence that you give the people that work for you so you can raise them up. If you can get an extra 10 or 20% out of every single member of your team, the compound effect of that is tremendous. It is huge. We don't need sometimes to completely overhaul a business. All we need to do is make every single person in that business just 5, 10, 15, 20% better. But you'll only do that with a dedication to and a commitment to training and to coaching, to figuring out exactly where you are right now in your business in terms of your numbers, communicating with your team where you want to get to, and then helping them bridge that gap. And that's what we're going to do across the course of the next 5 days. So day one, we are in Orlando, heading to Charlotte, clinic of Dean Volk. Excited to get to work with 10 or 11 of the staff today and show them how to communicate better with patients so that we improve Volk PT's numbers. The greatest thrill will be in 2 or 3 years when somebody sends me a Facebook message or whatever going, you know what, I'm having a few better conversations in my life now. I'm living with a bit more confidence, a little bit more certainty, seem to be getting better outcomes for my patients. Thanks very much. That's what it's about. So I'm not coming here to go, I hope you all like me and fucking read my book and all that shit. I couldn't give a shit. Said it in the book, I couldn't give a flying F-U-C-K what people think of it. I'm doing it anyway. So I've become quite ferocious in looking for people that kind of want to grow. I'm either your best dream or your worst nightmare, whichever way you want to look at it. Same with patients. Like, I'm either going to be your best option or you go somewhere else. I refuse to be a half-assed option at anything.